What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I am your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one and only Midwest motherfucking Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing? Feeling better?
I'm
You're
doing
out
all
with
right, man.
you're out with COVID?
Yeah, the Rona got me, but luckily it didn't get me all the way up until this point. So the variant was kinder than the people that ended up in the hospital way back when. But it was still very brutal. 2 week stretch almost that I was feeling bad, but I'm about 99% back, and we're back here. So it's good to be back.
Nice. Nice.
How have you been, man?
I'm good, man. Yeah. Just staying busy. Same old, same old.
You're always busy, man.
Yeah. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. So we got some peeps in here, which is fantastic. This is your guys' opportunity to ask any questions you want to Mike. If you want some bankroll questions, this is the spot. If you want to talk specific games, throw it in the chat. We will get to it. As long as we can talk about it, or Mike can throw his 2 cents in, he will. But without further ado, let's recap the NBA season a little bit because very profitable. Take it away.
Well, I think you got the other numbers. I just got from
Mhm.
Action Networks. This is from January 1st, 2021. So about a season and a half, call it.
Mhm.
Up 119.58 units. So, I mean, NBA and MLB are by far my top 2 sports right now. And NBA sit up 119.58, MLB up 125.54. So those 2 sports are pretty much where I made all my money.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, and as far as when Midwest Mike Sports launched, which was March 14th, up 52.45 units in the NBA.
That's since we launched.
Since we launched, yeah. So that's all up to date and finalized with all the numbers in there. I think we might be
Nice.
missing maybe 1 or 2 futures for a couple, not even full units. So
Yeah,
but
so
other
it'd
than that,
be like 1.5 on the Suns and like 0.2 on the Wolves, so like 1.7 off of that. So
still plus
52 units in
over
2.5
50.
months, whatever.
Exactly, man. Let's get to some of these comments in here. We got pro gambling action in the house. Let's go.
What's up, man?
What up, my man?
How's baseball season going for you?
Beautiful. We got E12, Cubs fan. What up, fella?
What's up,
It's
man?
a brutal season on the north side for us.
Roger.
Our guy Raj. What up, Raj? How you doing, my man?
Bro, we gotta go up to Detroit. This dude sends me these pictures of these steaks and shit, man. Oh my God.
We got to go visit him, man. Go see a
Yeah.
baseball game or something. It'd be fun. We got Juan in the house. What up? Parlay Phillies minus run line on the Red Sox and over on the Guardians game. What's your thoughts?
I just posted a 2-unit play on a side on one of those games, but the other ones I haven't dug into that much yet. Just kind of getting going this morning. Who's pitching for the Red Sox again? Like I said, I haven't even. Oh yeah, both Brisky and Rich Hill. Last night when I was just glancing at stuff, I was kind of looking at the over there possibly, but I haven't really dug into the Phillies game or the Red Sox game really that much, just to be honest with you. So, but I will get to it.
Beautiful. Juan's parlay of the day. I love it.
But yeah, I mean the Reds. I mean the Tigers. I think they'll hit the ball a little bit more tonight, though. That's why if I had a lean on that game, I'd probably lean over. I think Bo Brisky, however you say his name, I think he pitched a really good game his last game. But yeah, I don't know. I'd expect the Tigers though to put up a little bit more than they did last night. Let's put it that way.
I get you. We got Michael in the house. Mike the GOAT.
What's up, Michael? Thanks for joining. Another Mike.
Another Mike. Hey, Mike and Mike. What up, Mike?
Too
Love
many
you guys.
too many goddamn mics in here.
Hey, great names are
Yeah,
alike. Great
yeah,
names are alike.
yeah.
um, Basketball, Swish 1000 bought a 1-day pass yesterday. Love your content and picks. Win some, you lose some. Definitely be purchasing again. You're welcome back anytime, my man. We
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you.
Post recaps every single day. Had a green week last week. Really, it's since mid-May, end of May, whenever I kind of posted that thing talking about how I think I kind of figured shit out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good. So we had a 40.3 unit week to close out May.
Yep.
Um, and the down week or two we've had was like 2 units and 5 units or something, and we've had plus weeks. So
Yep.
yeah, it's been good. My advice, guys, is just be consistent. If you're just picking and choosing days to tail and picking and choosing plays, it's tough, and it usually doesn't work out in the long term for you. So
Yep.
give it at least 7 days. Ideally 30 days, but and tail every play. Have a unit. You got to have a unit structure, though. You got to
Mm-hmm.
have a unit structure. Most of the time, the people that chirp are the people that go all in on one play and then get pissed off when that one loses, or stuff like that. So just
Mm-hmm.
be consistent. Have some type of unit structure, even if you're not exact. You got to have some type of unit structure, though. You can't be, oh, I see him putting 500 on a parlay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm not even betting straights, or I'm putting 100 on the straights but matching them on the parlays. People do that stuff. It's not smart.
Yep.
So
No. Yeah. I can agree with that. And there's two things. There's no worse feeling than knowing you tailed wrong and we were profitable on the day, and then you end up negative.
I was just
And
talking. I was just talking about this with you. I said
yeah.
99.9% of people are not disciplined enough to make money doing this. That's why
Yep.
Vegas is Vegas. That's why they're rich. If there's a game on, oh, I gotta bet something on it. Like, I even have a personal friend who will always text me. I mean, he takes all my shit, but
Mm-hmm.
he'll be like, "Well, what do you think on this game? Because it's on ABC tonight or whatever." You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
bro, just stop. Like, you don't have to have action on it. Like,
Right.
you don't have to bet every freaking game.
Yep.
Like, just bet the card, and that's it. Just
Yep.
And all these live bets and all this stuff, just don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do
live
it.
bets, they
I
can
got, I
get
got a
you.
text last night. Should I take the under at 5.5 now? Whatever. It's like, no, take it at 6 pregame. Like I said, obviously it didn't
Right.
work out, but it's like, uh, the only value in like live betting and stuff is like if you're on an MLB team and they go down right away or something, then you can catch them at plus money or something. But
Right.
um,
Yep.
yeah,
And then another question here for you, Mike, because I've been seeing a lot of DMs come in. A lot of people, they're starting with small bankrolls. I mean, some people want to invest with just like $100, or $200, and that's all they got. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what would you suggest to them as far as like a bankroll for the day? Say they just buy a daily pass. Like, what would you throw on? Would you play
I
every
would.
spot?
I wouldn't honestly. I'd encourage them to send us an email
Hmm.
and let us know what you're working with. Um, I'd like to know exactly what you're working with. Um, and then depending on that day's card, I'll personally tell you which ones to take.
Right.
Um, if you have to do it that way. But I also have people that like that do that type of shit, and they'll bet just the first play of the day. Maybe a 2 unit. I got a 4 unit play of the week later on, and they bet the first play of the day, the 2 unit that they try to hit, and then double up and do on another game.
Hmm.
And it's like, don't do that, guys. Like, if you're gonna save it for one play, at least save it for one of the bigger plays instead of
Right.
just, you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that.
I
It's
have
just
done that
not,
countless times.
but it's irresponsible. It's not smart, and you're never
Yeah.
gonna get ahead doing it. So
No.
if you legit want to make money doing this, you can, but you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. You can't chase. You can't bet every game just to have action.
Yep.
And that's what people just can't do. They can't control themselves. And that's the hardest thing to learn. But once you learn that and have a unit structure and do it responsibly, and it's not ending, hey guys, there might be days where you start out 0-3, 0-4, you're not adding 2-3 plays to try to make that up. Some days you got to take the loss on the chin and just move on to the next day. It just ain't your day. You know what I'm saying? So be prepared for those days. They happen. It's just bankroll management, guys. That's all it is.
It
So
is the name of the game. And if anybody wants a little bit of intro, we do have the education page on the website. You can go get a quick brief thing if you're new or if you're looking for something. But like Mike said, always email or DM, and we'll try to get to you and answer you in a timely fashion for the day. So
yeah, please do that, guys. I'll be more
Mhm.
than happy. Especially if you're paying for services, I'll be more than happy to spend time with you and come up with a game plan for you.
Mhm.
Um, just to slowly build it up. Maybe you got a grand or two to start out. We can come up with some type of unit structure, tell you what to take, all that stuff. And it's about slowly building it up, guys.
Yep.
You're not going to flip that 1K into 10K overnight. It's just not how it works. But if you want that 1K to be 10K by the end of a couple of months, that's doable.
Right.
But to try to get rich quick here overnight, it's just yeah, it can happen, but it's not advisable.
No, I agree. Um, we have Cezanne, if I'm saying that correct. I'm gonna say CC. What up, CC? How you doing?
There you go. There you go.
Um, Jazer, if I'm saying that correctly. Probably not. Dodgers minus are on the run line. Is it a lock today?
I looked at that game a little bit. Honestly, I don't know if I'll touch it. Gonsolin's on the mound. I love backing him. He's 8-0. He's got a 1-something ERA. He's a stud. He's their best pitcher right now by far. Walker Buehler, no. I mean, he's hurt now anyways, but Kershaw, no. I like Gonsolin and even Anderson. He almost pitched a no-hitter his last game, but Gonsolin is the best
Yeah.
pitcher on the Dodgers team. I know he's going up against Tyler Mahle. The only thing is the Dodgers just haven't. They haven't now. Mookie Betts is on the shelf. He's on the
Yeah.
IL.
Maybe get his
To
head right a little
me,
bit.
until I know I took the Guardians on the wrong game. I did like them on Sunday as well, and then that, of course, that's the game that Cleveland won with Bieber on the mound. But until the Dodgers kind of show me something here, honestly, and I love betting the Dodgers, but I'm kind of
Yeah.
leery of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, and now with boots or bets out, I don't know, man. I Both teams had an off day. I know the wind's gonna be blowing out. I think Reds at home. I don't. It's an early start game too. Those are always weird. It's a 5:40 Central, which means it's 3:40 California time.
Hmm.
Sometimes those. I don't know. I'm probably gonna stay away personally. I don't even think I'll throw anything in a parlay or nothing. Uh, I was even maybe looking at even sprinkling some on the Reds, to be honest with you. But
Wow.
yeah,
Well, you got a good beat on the Dodgers, man. They're your team, so you
until they got to snap out of this. No, on the other hand, they still, I think, were the first game or the first team to hit 40 wins. Yes, they lost a series, which is mind blowing to everybody. God damn, they lost the series. So on the other
yeah,
hand, you got to give them a little bit of a break and be like, okay, they're gonna lose a series here and there. Let's be real. You
right.
know what I mean? But they just haven't looked. They just haven't looked good. They haven't been hitting the ball. So that's why I'm kind of leery of that game. But
Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Basketball switch. Utmost respect for you, Mike. Continue to
I
invest in
appreciate
yourself.
that, man. For real.
Invest in the service, and then you're all invested in yourselves. Make some passive income. Try and build that bankroll.
Guys,
That's what it's all about.
the goal of this, honestly, like I started this just as an extra side income for me. Betting. I'm not talking about selling picks. I'm talking about betting, doing the exact same thing you're doing. Um, did it just as some side income. I did the same shit a lot of you guys have done or are doing, all the stupid stuff that, we just talked about. Um, but I'm telling you, once that clicks in your mind of, okay, just betting this, that's it. and move on to the next day. You know, you're going to have wins, you're going to have losses. If you can do that, if you can be disciplined, I promise you that this will be additional side income to whatever you're doing. And once you get your unit size up big enough, you can literally do this for a living as well. I promise you that. But it's the discipline piece that 99% of people can't figure out. So
Yep.
that's why I keep saying that word discipline. It's truly all it is. It's just people can't handle it, man. They can't.
It's tough. It's tough, man. It
And
really, really
remember,
is.
there's 9 innings to a game. I got chirped in the Padres game last night when they're down 1-0. Let's be real. By the end of the first, it was 1-1. All right. And then I think at the end of the second, it was 3-1. So do not call games in the first inning. I don't care if it's 6-0. It ain't over.
We always joke, like, when we're watching like an NBA game or something, if the opposite team hits a 3 first basket, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Give
It's
up, we're
over.
done.
It's
Edge,
over.
live bet.
Oh, yeah. The under's fucked. Under's fucked.
We're fucked. Tyler saying his book doesn't allow parlays over 2 legs.
What really? What book do you use? And you're more than welcome to email in, Tyler. And if that's the case, I can if obviously I have parlays every day, I can give you a couple 2-teamers or something to play.
Yeah.
I personally, I probably should be doing more 2-teamers too, because I could crush those. But
our guy Raphael, he is asking, what book do you use, Mike?
So I'm in Minnesota, so I use a local book for all my straights, and then I use Heritage Sports, which is it's an offshore that anyone can use. So that's what I use for parlays. The reason being, they have a lot better lines. You can, buy points for cheaper, and I do a lot of parlays. Like, I mean, I gamble over $1 million a year on this book. So like, you want to shop around for a decent book when you're doing that. So, but you can buy goals, you can buy runs, you can buy points. But it's not just about that. They just have really, really good lines. They have really good customer service. They also give you their 8th deposit free. So say you wanted to deposit $7,000, for example. What I would do is make 7 $1,000 deposits, and then say that your balance gets to 0, they'll give you the 8th free. So they give you a free $1,000, and that's every single time. Every 8th deposit's free, as long as you don't have a withdrawal and your account reaches 0. So like, even say you want to deposit $700, do $700 deposits, and you could put that $700 all on a game. Well, obviously, depending on what you have per unit or whatever, but I'm just saying, and say that loses, you'd get a free $700, your 8th deposit free. So they have a lot of perks. They also have cash back, which isn't much, but like me, I'll get like $50 a day in cash back, just from what I do on there. So, it all adds up. I mean, we're talking, a few grand a week just in free play pretty much. So,
right. Yeah, you got to take advantage of those perks anywhere you can.
And they have really good customer service. They have the fastest payouts ever, 7 days a week. You can do a payout at 8 a.m. and you have it by 10:30 a.m. Bitcoin in your wallet like clockwork.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful. We got Niles in the house. Small bankroll. It's just 30% every bet. Proper bankroll management is the way to go. Try to have more money when you can. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. Juan was saying his unit size is $10. So when you do a 3U, he's putting down to win 30.
Yep. And say it's a $500 parlay, then you do $5. So it's all relative. And even at $10 units, guys, if you're starting out there, it shouldn't take too many good days to be able to bump that up very quickly. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So, one couple big days and now you can do 15, 20, you know what I mean? And if you got questions on when to increase it and all that stuff, just email in, DM, whatever. Be more than
Yep.
happy to help you out.
Yep. Brett wants to know, what did you start out with a bankroll?
So I started out with I don't even remember if it was 4 or 5, call it 5 grand. But I just started out doing $50 units. So at first I was doing stupid shit. I would deposit, 500 bucks and just bet stupid stuff and lose. And was getting sick of that. And then that's when I'm like, okay, maybe if I try, a system here. I've heard about these units and all that stuff. I at the time didn't know much about it or whatever, but just did some
Right.
research on it and saved up some money. So I stopped for a little bit, saved up some money. And like I said, I don't remember if it was 4 or 5, it was around there. But anyways, I started out with like $50 units. Um, and mainly straight bets. I'd still do. I was at the time, honestly, I was still stupid with parlays and stuff, probably doing too much on those.
Hmm.
But then I, over time, again, figured all that stuff out. But yeah, I started with 4 or 5 grand, $50 units, and just kind of built up from there. So even up until last January, my system was completely different. I was actually 500 on every play, and my max plays I bet 1,000 on. I just bumped up to $1,000 a unit January 2021. So it's just over a year now, about a year and a half. So I haven't always been at $1,000 a unit, guys.
Right.
The biggest thing I can say is, like I was saying, I was doing 500 every play, and then my max plays I did 1,000. The system I have now, I like a whole hell of a lot better. I make a lot more money. Um, Doing 500 every play and 1,000 on 1 or 2 plays a day. Yeah, you don't have as big of swings, which you can have bigger swings with the way I do stuff now, which is obviously good and bad. You can have more worse days, but you can also have a lot bigger days.
Right.
And then when you hit those parlays and stuff, that's how you have those 20 unit days like we've had.
Hmm.
But I just wasn't, honestly, I wasn't making enough money doing 500 every play and 1,000 on max plays. So once I bumped up to $1,000 a unit, that's when I kind of went to the 1 to 5, mainly 2 to 5 unit structure. Because I was noticing that there was a lot of plays that I really liked that I was betting $500 on, and they're hitting, but you know, you just weren't making it. So once
Right.
I bumped up to 1,000 a unit, I'm like, well, I'm going to start putting more on the stuff I really like. Let's see what percentage those hit at, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, make more money doing it that way. So
Yep. I love it, man. And you know what? I think another big thing is, and it's kind of obvious, but I think it needs to also be said, is that if you can keep investing in the bankroll. When you make the profits, keep it going, so then you can up those units. Because I know a lot of people, when they get paid out, they're going out to nice dinners. They're buying that bottle service. You know what I mean? And those unit sizes, they never go up, or they
yeah,
decide to go up and they're still at the same bankroll and they spent the profits and then now they lose the bankroll. You know what I
I
mean?
guys, yeah, exactly. Last year I bought one thing. I bought a Rolex. It's not even that special. I spent 15 grand on it. That's all I bought last year. I mean, obviously, you buy little other stuff, whatever. But for me personally, to treat myself, last year I finished up 250 units, $250,000. I spent 15 grand on myself, which in perspective isn't that much.
No.
And that's just more of I'm quitting my job. Like, I'm actually doing this now. I'm going to buy myself a watch that I wanted. And that's what I did. So work, put, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's your kid's college tuition, a car, whatever it is, have
Mhm.
that as your goal, man. And that's what we're going to work for every single day.
Right.
Even when you email in, tell me what the hell you're working for and let's get you there. Seriously,
Right.
let's get you there because we will achieve it over time. Obviously, it just depends on what we're talking here, but and how much you got to work with. Um, but I promise you, we will get there. Like, no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. So, but you got to have something to strive for. You got to have some type of end game each year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that I didn't go blow it because if you guys have been VIP for a while, once I quit my job in January, that I struggled for a while adjusting to being at home all the time. And it took me too long to figure that out. And I lost a lot from January up until mid-March. I was trying to, I was used to going to work every day and kind of doing this shit while I was at work and releasing my card, late morning, afternoon, right before the game start. And then once I quit my job, then I tried doing everything the night before. Like, I'm going to do everything and figure all this shit out the night before. I'd post my full card pretty much at midnight. And then the next day, what was happening is, oh shit, I already got all this posted. I don't even really like this anymore. I like this a lot. Oh my God, the line movement. Oh, I want to hammer this. I can't though. I already got 2 PODs posted. You know what I mean? And I did that for so long. It took me it sucks, but I'm just being real with you. It took me a while to figure it out. So that's why I'm posting stuff later now.
Yep.
And I even posted a thing saying that, hey guys, I figured it out. It was after a Sunday. It was Monday morning. It was a fresh of a new week. And that week we rattled off, I think, 40.3 units that freaking week.
Yep.
And ever since then, we've been in the green. We've gotten a good chunk of it back. But the point is, because I didn't go blow that 250 grand that I made last year, I was able to withstand the really bad run that I had for the first few months.
Yep.
So had I went and blown that, I would have screwed myself. You know what I mean?
Big time.
What do I do? What do I have to bet with? So, that's why it's important, do something for yourself, but don't go pull it all out. You know what I mean? The whole name of the game is to keep growing your bankroll so you can do more and more and more.
Right.
I've even thought about that myself. I thought about going to 1,500 or $2,000, but honestly, guys, right now at 1,000 a unit, I'm comfortable. If I want to lay $5,000 on a game, I can still lay $5,000 on a game. So there's really no point in me right now even going up to $2,000 a unit, and then doing a 2-unit. There's just no point. If I like it for $4,000, I'll put $4,000 on it. So but yeah. Sorry to go off on a little tangent there, but
I think it's perfect, man. I think this is what the people want, and there's not too many games to talk about. I mean, we only got the MLB now and the NHL. NBA's over, so I
love the MLB though, man.
I know you do, but we can't talk about all the games because you're on half of them.
I got 2 plays up right now. I do have a 4-unit play of the week though coming. I'm gonna finish the write up here after the show. I'll get that posted. We'll see. I might even have a POD today as well. But honestly, guys, I'm trying to. I've heard people complain, 2 PODs. Like, if it's a POD, there should be 1, whatever. So, we'll see. This is going to be a 4-unit play of the week. I might have a POD as well. I get it. There still sometimes will be 2 parlays of the day, though, because with a full slate and stuff, there can be 2 parlays that I really, really like. So that's the point of calling both of them parlays of the day. I understand parlay of the day should be 1 parlay of the day, but when we're talking a full slate of games and stuff, there might be a couple parlays that I really like. So that's the whole point of me labeling it as that. Or these are my 2 favorite. So there you go.
Yep. And since launch, parlays of the day are very profitable.
What are we at?
I don't have yesterday in there, but right now it's a little over 20 units. So what you did yesterday. I didn't get a chance to load.
I only had 1 parlay of the day. It was 0.6, 0.7 units.
So yeah, over 20 units on parlays of the day since launch. So been profitable.
And parlays in general, I think, are right there being profitable too. Just in general, right? Not parlays of the day.
Yeah, about right there. Yeah, a little below, little in the negative, but just about right there. But
we hit a couple though. We'll be back in the green.
Exactly, and I always tell clients that sometimes on the DMs and whatever, they say that they're just doing straights. They don't do the parlays. I say, well, if you want to tail a parlay, at least do the parlays of the day because they've been profitable, and it's only going to be about 1 or 2 a day, and run that up. It could add, if you're trying to build a bankroll, it could add to it, so that's why I
Well,
always
the parlays, as you've seen, like the days we've had 20-unit days, it's usually been like 10 units on straights and another 10 on parlay. So that's
Right.
kind of how you get that. And the numbers are right there, guys. If I was losing my ass on parlays, I wouldn't be doing as many as I'm doing. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? But you can make money on them. They've helped us have monster weeks. And that's kind of the point of them. And we've had days like last week where parlays bailed us out, where it finished down a couple units on straights, but up 7 units on parlays or something, and you have a 5-unit day because you hit the parlays. Vice versa, you might lose a couple units on parlays, and then you're up on the straights. So it's kind of, to me, it kind of helps balance it out. So
Yep, 100%. Okay, let's get to a couple of these. SHDZ. What's your method of research?
SHDZ. I kind of got a system. There's probably about 8 different things that I look at. Mike knows of a couple of them. We have this stuff that Pay For that has the most accurate splits, percentages. I mean, it gives lineup details, weather, officiating stats. I mean, it's very detailed. So Pay For that. MLB, I don't get into the. Sometimes I do more on over unders, as far as on the splits and that kind of stuff. Like if there's an over, for example, that's just getting pounded and the line's moving the other way, that's stuff to look at. And I've even talked about some of that stuff in some of my write-ups. But MLB on the sides, I'm not the guy who's just looking at the lines and betting against the public and that stuff. For actually yesterday is a great example. The Mets, the over was getting pounded. And I dug into the game, like I actually talked about on Telegram and Chalkboard, because there's 2 shit pitchers. So the public just sees both ERAs and is like, oh, over 8. Yep. Count me in. 80-90% of the money was on the over. That was a good going against the public play because the line didn't really move. It stayed at 8. The under was actually getting juiced. I got under 8 at -115. So, and sometimes that's why I wait for a while to post stuff, because I want to see what's going to happen with that line. And like, say nothing happens, and it's the afternoon, then I hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe I wait and I see some reverse line movement. Maybe I hit it bigger. I already liked it. Now I see reverse line movement. Now, no, it's not 2. Now it's 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But like yesterday, you dig into the game, you notice that Rogers had a 5.7 ERA or whatever he had. Well, his ERA at home was almost 9, and his ERA on the road was like 4. So his splits were a lot better there. The Marlins were on the road yesterday, so his splits were a lot better on the road. So stuff like that. But there's lots of different, websites out there and all that stuff. There's a what is it? There's a for like odds and trends and all that stuff. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard of like Baseball Savant. That will give you just how current hitters, you can get all the current batters, how they've done versus the pitcher that's going today, probable pitchers. So you can go check that stuff out. Just as an example, got it pulled up right here. There's lots of different stuff that I look at. I kind of just got a system now and cross-check everything. And but like just as an example, Rich Hill. So the Tigers have had 67 plate appearances versus Rich Hill. He's got a 32.8% strikeout rate, and they're hitting just 188 off Rich Hill. And then I can click Rich Hill, and I can see Miguel Cabrera's 5 for 16 versus him, batting .313, 29.7% whiff rate. He's got 8 strikeouts, 50% K rate. That's really high. Wow. So Cabrera's probably going to strike out tonight. Jonathan Schoop is 1 for 15, batting .067. Javier Baez 2 for 14. So for example, these Tigers guys have not hit Rich Hill very good at all. So like the guy who was asking earlier about the Red Sox -1.5, that might not be a bad look. Like I said, I haven't really dug into it at all, just looking at stuff here now.
Right.
But yeah, they have not had any success hitting Rich Hill at all. Other stuff you can look at is you can Google splits. So what I like to know is I like to know how a team does during the day. I like to know how a team does during night. I like to know how they hit lefties. I like to know how they hit righties. All that stuff. I like to know how they've done lately, their last few starts, the pitches they throw, how often they throw it. Maybe they're a fastball pitcher and the team that they're playing crushes fastballs. There's just the nice thing and why I like MLB so much is it's similar to hockey with a goalie. You have a pitcher, and that's a big handicap in MLB is the pitching. So you got to obviously look at the lineups and the hitters and their success and all that stuff too. But yeah, there's so much stuff to look at in every game, guys. You just got to kind of look at everything and then come up with what you're gonna do. So and how much you like it.
And Brett throwing in here, kind of piggybacking off of that. Do you have any computer generated algorithms?
No, I don't look at like OddShark or anything like that. Me and Mike were actually looking at what's that called? 538 for like NBA and the playoffs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't even know how they do their algorithm or whatever, but we just thought it was interesting how they had the Celtics pretty much favored to win it the entire playoffs. And it was by a lot, like 40%. And the Warriors were like 10%.
Yeah, I was saying the Warriors are like 11.
Yeah, and we had that Warriors future, so that didn't make any sense to us a lot of games. But one thing, like on there though, there's like some games where the line was just like way off. Like maybe the line was 3, but it had a team like -7 or something. So then sometimes that type of stuff. Maybe need to look into this game. What's going on here. That kind of stuff. But no, I don't have. I've never built a model. I don't have a model. I don't have any of that. I wouldn't even know how to build a model, honestly. So, yeah, it's just me. It's just all data and stats and stuff, pretty much. So,
Yep. What's here? This is a good question. What's your biggest win loss? Let's just say win.
I think it was like 25 grand. Well, a couple 25 grands. I did one time, did a $25,000 straight bet, and then I did a parlay. Well, I think that paid like 32. So nothing that crazy. I would like to get up to the point though of doing some bigger futures, and doing some bigger bets, like possibly like on the Super Bowl this year or something. Like I'd love to lay 50 to 100 grand on a play. But that, I'm never gonna be the guy to tell you guys to put 50 or 100 units on a play ever. Like this would be something promotional with tax implicate, that type of stuff. That'd be the only reason I do it, just to be upfront with you. But you gotta be smart. You see these guys that this is a super goat whale play, 50% of bankroll. Guys, that shit's stupid. If somebody ever tells you to put 50% of your bankroll on one play, you shouldn't be fucking with that guy at all, ever. That's stupid.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's gambling. I don't care what the odds are, whatever. And these guys that put out, you'll see me. I don't really do anything over 160 really as far as juice, guys. I'm not the guy laying 180, 190 even on money lines, much less 250, 300 that some of these other guys tell you to take and then pound their chest when a -300 favorite wins. And no. That's why you see me, if it's over 160 and I like it, I'm on the run line. And it saved us actually the last couple days. For example, the Mariners on Sunday was -190, -200. So for me to win 3 units, I would have had to risk almost 6 units. where instead I risk like 2.5 to win 3. So do you see now how I can do over 2 bets risk to win the same amount pretty much. So
Right.
if and sometimes you get that team, they win by 1, they don't cover the run line. I'm okay with that, guys, because guess what? Like the Mariners, for example, they lost outright. So the guy who had them on the money line for 3 units risked 6 units to win 3, where all I'm out was 2.5, and they didn't even win the fucking game to begin with. So
Right.
I'd much rather lose 2.5 than 6, and they don't even win the game anyways. You understand what I'm saying? Yesterday on the Angels, same thing. I risked 1.9 to win 2. It was plus 105. Where if you took a money line, you risked 4 units to win 2. Well, that's an extra 2 units I got. That's a whole nother straight bet I can do. And the Angels didn't win, straight up anyways. So I'm not a fan of taking anything really. 165 is probably my limit. Anything over that, if I like it, I'm on the run line. I just don't refuse to pay that much juice. And like I said, a lot of times when the shit hits, it hits anyways, and they cover the run line. And like
Right.
these last couple of times, they didn't even win the game. So why are you laying 6 units to win 3 on the money line when you can risk 2.5 to win 3 on the run line?
Yep.
So that's my whole thinking there. So
100%, man. The infamous 25. Thoughts on the Pirates' first 5?
who's pitching that? Ronzi Contreras, and who's pitching for the Cubs? I looked at that a little bit last night.
Schwarmer? Matt Schwarmer?
Oh yeah. I honestly, guys, I've only dug into a few games, and that's the games that I have posted right now, and then obviously that for you that's coming. I know the Pirates smacked the shit out of them yesterday. Well, here, let's just look at this real quick. Let's see. Just looking up these pitchers here.
Pirates have handled the Cubs over the years, like when the Cubs were actually
Yeah,
good, supposed to
you
be
should
winning.
know. You're from Chicago. Pirates are
Yeah.
minus 160.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, Contreras 1-1, 3.06 ERA, 1.3 WHIP. Swarmer 5.23 ERA, 1.26 WHIP. I also like looking at home and away. So Swarmer 3.45 ERA at home. The Cubs are on the road. 10.8 ERA on the road. But that's really only one start. He's pitched 15.2 innings at home and 5 innings away. So it's one start. He got roughed up, gave up 6 runs, 7 hits in 5 innings. So it's not really a big enough sample size to be like, this guy sucks on the road.
Right.
Contreras now has a 0.00 ERA at home, 13.2 innings. He's given up 1 run, but no earned runs. 8 hits in 13.2 innings. 5.3 ERA away. He's given up 11 earned runs in 18.2 innings on the road and 0 in 13.2 at home. And I'm sure neither team's really seen either pitcher, I would imagine, because these guys are both young. Contreras is 22 years old. Yeah, I think it'd be hard to probably bet the Cubs here. That's for sure. I'd maybe do Pirates in a parlay. I mean, laying minus 160 on the Pirates just scares the shit out of me. But maybe piecing it together with something else so you can bring that risk down to get some plus money or something. Do I think it'd be a good 2-team parlay spot or something where you find the Pirates and mix it in with something else and get some plus money and sprinkle something on that maybe or something. But it's just tough laying big juice on just bad teams. You just never know what's going to happen. Maybe this guy just gets rocked tonight by the Cubs. Cubs were flat last night. Who knows?
Yep. Me in Cubs games, man. I win, I lose when I bet them, and I lose when I bet against them. It's just how it is. I have the worst luck with the Cubs, man. Oh, it is the worst. Chris Garcia, only capper that shows how much they actually bet.
Yep. Yeah. Just transparency, guys. And I'm not even that big of a bettor, honestly. Like, there's people that do $50,000 a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's a couple grand isn't even really what I'm trying to say is it's not even that much, but it's all about units, man. Just getting that unit size up and then just getting to a comfortable unit size. The standard is kind of 100. So if you're not at 100 a unit, that's your ultimate goal is to get there.
Yeah.
Because $100 a unit is when you can start making some serious side cash. Like that week, we had a 40.3 unit week, $100 a unit. That's an extra $4,000 in your pocket that week. That is a game changer. That pays your mortgage. That pays your car payments. That pays your kid's tuition. That you could buy your kid a car in cash.
Yeah.
So that's $100 a unit is kind of the standard. You know what I mean? That's where you want to get to if you're not there. And then where you go from there, you don't want to just go from 100 to 1,000 a unit. You want to take steps, bump up to 2, and kind of go from there. So,
Yep. It's the name of the game. We got SHDZ. He's the Chi-Town guy. What up? Beautiful. Beautiful. Justin Smith saying, any interest in futures? For example, love future opinions weekly on how it moves.
I glanced at that, I think last week, just on the one book that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They had that stuff up there. I personally had one on the Rams that I put in because I think I put out something on the Titans for NFL. So last year in NBA, I had the Suns. They made it to the finals. They couldn't beat the Bucks. We lost. I had plus 1,500. At the time when I put the bet in, the Suns were the number 1 team in the league, and they're getting plus 1,500. It made absolutely no sense. If you're VIP, you remember it. You had it. We made it to the finals. Didn't get it. The NFL, I ended up putting one up on the Titans. I did a little personal one on the Rams, which I got the same odds that you would have gotten back in September. I got in January after they're already in the playoffs. It made 0 sense. But that one was like plus 700, I think. And then I didn't do an NHL one this year. I like the Avs to win it, but the lines, the Avs were the clear favorites to win it, so there just wasn't that much value there. So that's why I didn't release an NHL one. But I will be releasing an MLB one here. And I typically do like 2. You know what I mean? There's small sprinkles, big reward, that type of thing. Like the NBA, I did two futures, 1.5 units to win 10. So 3 unit total risk on both futures, to win 10, something like that. Let's pull it up here. But I do want to get into the future stuff more. I like it. We've actually, we just hit the Warriors. We were close last year. I'd like to do a couple MLB ones, and I would like to do a couple NFL ones. So it is something. Let's see here. So right now, this book has the Buffalo Bills plus 650 as the favorite, the Chiefs plus 950 as the second favorite, which I'm not going to be high on the Chiefs this year. I do like the Bills a lot. Dude, no Hill, their whole game plan is going to change completely, I think.
Yep.
And I love the Bills this year. The Rams plus 1,200, Packers are plus 1,200, so both those are kind of tied for third. You got the Niners plus 1,800, the Bengals plus 1,800. I don't think the Bengals. I don't know.
There's a lot of people saying the Bengals aren't even going to make the playoffs.
I don't think so. I think last year was kind of they got lucky, man. Even that Tennessee game, they shouldn't have been. They should not have been in the Super Bowl. They just had shit work out in each game where they got there. The Packers game, or not the Packers game. Who'd they play? Who'd they play after the Titans?
The Chiefs, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much every playoff game because
they played the Raiders.
Should have lost.
Yeah, they play the Raiders, Titans, Chiefs.
And the Raiders was an interception or something. Correct me
At
if
the
I'm
end of the
wrong.
game, yeah.
The Titans, Tannehill choked that fucking game
He
away.
threw,
I
what,
was
3 or
pissed.
4?
Yeah. But at the end, like he choked it. Like I think it was tied, and they had the ball.
They had the
pretty
ball,
much
yeah.
in field goal position, and he threw a pick.
Dude, I had like at least 800 on that game.
Bro, I had that big futures on the tight. Like that was huge.
Yeah.
And then the last game there. So I'm not high on the Bengals at all. I don't think they should have been where they're at. But they played the Rams tough, but the Rams pulled it out. Cowboys, Titans, Chargers. Now we're getting into that plus 2,000 range. Oh, the Bucks, sorry, are plus 850.
You don't
So
forget my Bucks now.
they're actually second favorite, but I don't see that either, man.
Come on.
You're high on the Bucks this year again?
Come on. It's Tom. Tom.
No.
You gonna bet against Tom again? Are you gonna do it to me
No.
again?
Yeah.
Why? They're
Bro,
reloading.
they're not gonna win this year, man.
They're
They're not.
reloading. They were
They're
hurt
not.
last year, man. They were hurt.
They're not. I right now, I mean, I like the Bills. It's not the best value, plus 650, but same odds I had on the Warriors. I like probably the Bills in the East, and I don't know. We'll have to dig into it some more. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, there's good value, especially pre-flop before the season starts right now.
Yeah.
Because if you do the Bills on one, cool, but all the other ones are going to be like plus 1,200 or higher. So that's when you talk some big money. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I would love to like someday like do a 10-unit futures to win like 120 grand or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun if you got a
Oh,
strong read on it. Obviously, you're not just going to throw shit out there, but
yeah. Alex, no UFC. Why?
I'm not. I don't even really watch UFC, honestly. So
Yeah.
I've done I think 2 UFC bets, and that's just people I know that bet it. The one time, the guy like this guy's a big better, and he put it was like $25,000, $30,000 on it. So I released like a 3-unit play, 4-unit play, or something on it, and we hit it. I think I'm 2-0 in UFC, so I'm very selective in UFC.
I love it. I
But
absolutely
no,
love
I
it.
was up front when I posted. I said I did not cap this. This is from a buddy, and that
Yeah.
was it. So I've done 2 UFC.
Very selective. Selective and profitable. That's not
Yeah.
a bad combo right there.
Well, it's on action. What were they? It was 2-0. I had come on. I had the Coney Air versus the Gastelum. However you say these guys' names. I had a 3-unit play on that, and then I had 2 units on Dustin Poirier versus McGregor. So those were my 2.
Selective and profitable.
And those fights I did watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
All right,
but Justin, what do you like in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'll have something more about next week on the show. I'll dig into it a lot more, and we can chop it up a lot more in detail.
Yeah. I mean, we could even if there's a demand for it, we could even do some NFL preseason shows,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Talking about that type of stuff. Get it live, maybe do it at night, get the people going. It'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. And then make it so they can come on and talk too. 1 at a time.
100%. I think
if you guys would like that, let us know in the chat, man.
Yeah,
Whatever.
let us know in the chat. Maybe we could throw up a little poll in the Telegram as well. And then everybody come on over to the chalkboard. The link is on the home page at the top. It's on the white banner. You just click that, or it is in every single VIP portal. So that eventually will replace Telegram once Telegram releases the Android version of the app, which will be in a few weeks, they're telling us. So
It's pretty nice. It's pretty slick. Everything's organized. There's a
Yeah,
daily recap section, winning tickets, updates. So it's kind of nice to kind of have more organization than Telegram. So
it is, and it's more, and it's an experience, and the app is growing, and the app is an experience for a sports investor, which is exactly why we're doing it with them. Is it's more catered to what we do and what you guys are interested in. Obviously, why you follow this man. So we're excited about it. As soon as Android gets going, it will 100% replace Telegram. So just throwing that out there. And then one more thing I wanted to bring up. There was a demand for this. Had to figure out how to do it. We did figure out how to do it. And it is extensions on your packages. So on the site, it's a membership-based package. So when you buy, it's like Netflix. You can't tell Netflix, I want to buy another month when you're on your current month. So that's kind of how it's been. You can't buy another month when you're already in one. So it's been kind of finicky with people that want to take care of or take advantage of promotions. So I just wanted to walk you guys through that really quick. So when you want to buy your regular membership, if you do not have an active one, you're still going to VIP picks here, and you're still picking this just how we've been doing. But if you have, say, an active week, we run a promotion. It's a guaranteed for extra time, and you want to guarantee that. You go to store, and then you click here, click your weekly, or click whatever you want to extend, and then you'll go ahead and go through that whole process. And I have noted right here, just in case anybody forgets, if you do not have a current VIP membership, please do not purchase an extension, because what will happen is we've had a couple people already do this. They'll buy an extension and they do not get immediate access to the portal. So it's kind of difficult when, we're doing our thing throughout the day and then people are emailing in. They don't realize until the game starts, and we don't want anybody to miss a day or miss anything. So please, this is just for people that have existing memberships that want to take care or take advantage of promotions. And that's that. Emmanuel saying, are we going Reds today?
we'll see. We'll see. It sucks betting. Like I bet against them pretty big. What was that, Saturday? Had a shit day Saturday, but bet against them, and then the Dodgers go off. And then bet on them, and they don't do shit. So right now, it's just, I don't know. They're a tougher team to read here, because they'll have those one games where they win like 9-1, and then the next game they'll lose 5-1. So
Yep,
they need to get some consistency going again here.
I love it, man. And then finally, Mike, what's your take on the Stanley Cup, man? Real quick before we go.
The Avs, yeah.
Avs. You think the Lightning?
We talked about this yesterday. I put the Lightning as a lean on the website. I like the Lightning. I like the under again yesterday. Probably just going to be done betting these totals on the playoffs here, because been on the under now a couple games in a row. And yeah, man, I saw Tampa clamping down defensively last night for them to win the game. I knew they had to clamp down defensively. They did. The Avs scored just 2, but then Tampa goes off for 6 goals. So obviously didn't hit the over. Maybe should have just rolled with Tampa. It was a great spot to back them last night, especially after that terrible performance in game 2.
Right.
But I think the Avs take it 4-1 or 4-2. 4-2 worst case. It's not. There's no way in hell it goes 7.
Yeah.
It's the Avs year, man.
Yeah, it is.
They're due for that game yesterday. On the road, first game in Tampa.
They won a lot of games in a row. They won a lot of games in a row in the playoffs here. So I think it's cool though that the Lightning are literally defending their championship in the Stanley Cup. I mean, that's the way to do it, and going for 3 in a row if they can muster up. If they can muster up another win here at home, it's at least going to be an interesting series going forward. So
for sure.
I'm excited to see that. Like you, I don't know if I'm going to be touching much more hockey. I've had enough for the year. Exclusive stream play to end it off, Mike. Can we get something?
Yeah. I mean, I got 2 plays up right now. Do you want a total or a side? I got a total up and a side. I don't even know what I'm doing for a free play yet, so I got to figure that out.
Well, exclusive stream play here.
Yeah.
People
total or a side? Let me know.
Yep.
I got a total that's plus 105. I got a side that's minus 160. So do you want the plus money total or do you want the juicier side?
Decisions. Throw it in the chat very quickly here, folks. Justin hit the Rams huge last year. Hit the Warriors huge. This is a smart man. Smart man. Good for you.
Plus 1,000. Damn. Yeah, I put it in. I think in November it was plus 650. It was right. I think if I remember right, they're going kind of on a run at the time, and I'm like, yeah, I can see this happening again, and that's when we put it in. So yeah, you got a lot better odds. The odds must have dropped. I mean, this book ain't the best either, but yeah. Total.
So
All right. So it is the Giants Braves under 9 plus 105 to win 2 units. Got my boy Spencer Strider on the mound for the Braves tonight. Slight lean on the Braves. Anthony DeScalfani, he's coming off of the IL. He hasn't played since April. I still like the under though. Went way under last night. We had the Braves last night as a free play, so we cashed that. It was the bottom of the ninth. I think going to extras, cash that. But yeah, I almost played the under last night. I like it again here tonight. I'm really high on the Spencer Strider kid. He's got some good stuff. The Giants haven't really been hitting the ball that great lately at all. So I see this kind of as a similar series to the Dodgers-Giants series. That was a more kind of lower scoring. And it's a playoff potential. If you watched any of that game last night, it kind of had a playoff atmosphere, playoff type feel to it. It was a great game. Will Smith coming in with the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Max Fried pitched a hell of a game, gave up a single and a couple walks or 2 singles, a walk, however it was. Bases loaded, no outs. Will Smith comes in, gets a pop out, still 1-0, and then whatever. It was 1-1, and then we got it in the bottom of the 9th. It was a good game, but it's got that playoff type atmosphere to it. Spencer Strider, he's pitching very, very well. The Giants aren't hitting that good, so I lean Braves, but I like the total the best here. Under 9, getting plus money. It was at 9.5. It's at 9. This is one of those plays where, the public is on the under as of right now, or when I put the play up, but the line did move. It went from 9.5 to 9. So, it's not like it went from 9.5 to 10 and the under's getting pounded, and then that'd be a red flag. So, so I like the under here. I think, and the Braves, they didn't do a whole lot. I mean, at the plate last night either. That Harris though, that rookie, he was like 3 for 3 last night. They got some guys that can hit the ball, but I like the under. So 2 units plus money.
I love it. Mike, any closing notes before we sign off here?
No. I mean, if you guys ever got any suggestions, ideas, something you want us to do, a show at night talking about NFL, whatever, send us an email, send us a DM, let us know. We'll do whatever. We're here for you guys, so let us know. But I appreciate 100%. All of you. Let's finish last night down 0.9 units on straight bets, went 3-3, hit the Padres 3-unit play of the day, lost the Jays money line play of the day. They made it interesting in the 9th. They lost 8-7. Barrios, he just didn't have a good game. His last 3 starts before that, he pitched well. He's been pitching a lot better on the road versus at home. Lance Lynn.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean the Jays, Barrios, he just gave up. He gave up too much, so
Yep.
sucked losing that one. But yeah, sometimes the Jays are just inconsistent, man. They've screwed us now a couple games in a row.
Yeah,
But
it seems recently they've just been
either
wishy-washy.
the bats are on or they're not, or the pitching. It's just needs some more
Yep.
consistency there. But yeah, we
100.
cashed the Mets under, we cashed the Braves, we cashed the Padres run line, plus 125, 3-unit play of the day. So 3-3 on straights for minus 0.9, and then minus like 2 units on 3 different parlays. We needed the Angels to cash a 4-unit, 14 parlay of the day, risking like 0.6 units to win 4 units. And the Angels get beat by the Royals and probably one of the worst American League starters, that Chris Bubik. So Bubich. So yeah, it happens.
Yep.
But last week, if you remember, we had won 8 parlay winners in like 3 days, and then cooled off here over the weekend. So let's get those going again here too. Let's have a good day in straight bets. Let's get this for you play of the week. Let's cash some parlays and let's get the week started. So down 2.1 units yesterday to start out the week. So nothing hurt. A couple of units. It's pretty much 1-2 unit play, and we're back to even on the week. So
Yep. Very, very manageable. Let's run it up tonight and this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I say it every show, but I'll always say it. You guys make the show what it is. Interacting with us is why we do this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, invest wisely and live free.
thanks.